Hi everyone, this is Miguel Concepcion, editor at GameSpot, along with tech editor Michael Hyam, here to check out this new build of Gran Turismo Sport. We're going to start with the tutorial component of the campaign, but after that, we'll check out how to dress up a car in the new Livery editor, and then flaunt our ride in the Scapes photo mode. If you're psyched about GT Sport, give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and let us know what feature of the game you're most excited about. While you're there, you can check out our recent coverage of Project Cars 2 for more simulation racing goodness. Let's get to it. So Mike, this is the latest build. We're checking out a race in the tutorial of the campaign. You have played Gran Turismo Sport through the beta, doing quite well.
Yeah, you could say that.
You placed what? I think, fourth or seventh?
I placed out of 12 people, I think that fourth place isn't too bad.
Right. So now we're checking out the menus. Gran Turismo has been known and famous for their UIs. Sometimes, they definitely have this slick, unique flavor to them, even if sometimes they may not be the easiest menus to navigate through. What do you think of this one so far?
It reminds me of the OG Gran Turismo. It has that style with the cursor, and you flip through all these different options. So it's nothing terribly new to Gran Turismo, but it certainly does look nice, even though it can be a little cluttered. It's kind of what you expect from Gran Turismo, but it has like a clean aesthetic, and then we're checking out some Amy Winehouse facts as well.
Yeah, it's definitely has its own style. I mean, I definitely, having played other racing games, you can definitely see the influence that Gran Turismo has made on those games, where
definitely
they've really all these British racing developers that put a lot of effort into their menus and whatnot. But yeah, these interesting music and historical factoids. There's actually this. I remember seeing this one slide recognizing Tim Berners-Lee's contribution as the credited inventor of the World Wide Web.
As it relates to the world of simulation racing?
Something like that. It's just, I see it as the folks at Polyphony Digital seeing the evolution of cars as something as significant as music, milestones in music, or milestones in computer technology.
Speaking of milestones, we're looking at the driving school here, where we can complete many milestones and make ourselves a better racer. What can you tell me about what you know with driving school? Well,
the Gran Turismo has a really rich history of having these robust training modes. I mean, it's them acknowledging that it takes a lot of effort to master a simulation game. I mean, after all, if you're going to be good enough to actually be good at a racing game, what are you doing playing a video game, right? You should be out there competing.
Sure.
We're driving along with driving school. The game puts you in a whole bunch of challenges outside of actual online or tournament races. You could literally spend dozens of hours just on these training modes before even starting on the campaign. Just that's how robust this section is.
Mm-hmm. So is this these are one of the challenges we're looking at right here?
Correct. You just have to simply pass 3 cars, which is easier said than done. What we'll find out here is we ended up placing 3rd, which is
out of 3, right? Oh no, it's
4 racers. Okay. It's enough to pass, but I'm pretty sure that there are rewards, optional rewards, for getting first.
So I mean, it looks like it's very similar to the license tests in past Gran Turismos, where if you get a certain time or if you get a certain place within one of those sectional pieces of the whatever you're racing on, you'll get gold, silver, bronze, and maybe more credits. Right. I suppose. So that makes sense. That's very familiar to the Gran Turismo brand.
Right. Getting at least 3rd will allow you to access the later areas of the game, but you're not going to be gate capped if you don't get first.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, back in I think the original Gran Turismo, you were kind of capped by your ability to get through those driving tests, and it was kind of difficult for newcomers. So at least it's a little bit more accessible in this regard if you're not, like you said, gated off if you don't finish those challenges.
This other mode that we're checking out is called Circuit Experience, which lets you focus and train on specific sections of the tracks available in the game. Some of the tracks are exclusive to Gran Turismo. Some other famous tracks like the Nürburgring, you've played that many times in other racing games.
So this looks really helpful for trying to learn a track, because you don't always want to do the entire lap just to get to that one section that you constantly want to try out, or like you would do sometimes, just reverse and then try it again. So that looks like a neat feature for those who are serious about nailing down those tight turns in specific tracks without having to spend all that time to get back to that section. So that's pretty cool.
And after all, I mean, every professional racer knows those nuances and curves of those tracks. So kind of makes you sort of develop that, puts you on the road to developing that sort of muscle memory.
Yeah, that's really
for
cool.
Those tracks.
Sweet.
One of the things that the menu also highlighted is this mode called Etiquette, where it basically encourages and trains you and rewards you for being a courteous driver.
Oh, yeah.
Competitive, but not the type that would just like keep bumping other cars.
Yeah, that showed up in the beta as well. So I saw that and I kind of got an idea of it. It was like, I'm not going to try and bump anyone off track. Otherwise, we would get a slap on the wrist, and it's messed up anyway, man. I ain't going to try and knock anyone out of the track. But now we're looking at the livery.
Yes, the livery editor. This is one feature that we're very, very excited about, partly because we got GameSpot branding out of the box. You'll be able to play around with our logo when you buy the game later this year.
Make it bigger. Everyone got to see that. Oh, yeah.
Actually made it a little too big, so I'm going to scale it back a bit. Any of you Photoshop fans will recognize the little bit of influence from the Photoshop UI. They even use the term layers.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of, over the years, as racing games have evolved, we've seen a lot of these decal editors and, things that we can do to our own personal cars in the game to make them look however we want. So I expect nothing less from Gran Turismo, and I'm excited to see that, how deep can it go. I know like Forza Motorsport has had that for a while, and then the Need for Speed Underground series is when I first kind of started tinkering with the car's looks. So I want to see what kind of paint jobs that we can get, what kind of decals we can do, and how we can layer all that. Because even like in old Forza Motorsports, we've seen like some pretty crazy designs with all the layers.
Very, very creative stuff. Yeah. And segueing from the livery editor is Scapes, which is where we get to flaunt and showcase our imaginative car liveries.
Yeah. This runs the risk of looking photoshopped itself.
Right. Polyphony Digital, I think, has made a pretty good effort in trying to adapt the lighting of these photos to the cars. And we were told that out of the box, there's going to be over 1,000 backgrounds of real-world places you get to choose from.
Oh, snap. So, yeah, we're here in Japan with our, was it Aston Martin? It looks like, whoa, it says right there, Mercedes-Benz, it's an AMG. Wow.
And you can tweak a whole bunch of photo settings. That should not surprise anyone who's played around with a lot of Sony first-party games. Like you think about like Horizon Zero Dawn and the kinds of like photo modes you can play. And, it's not 100% there. I don't know if you could like fool a lot of your friends to make you think that you managed to bring your car to Japan, but who knows?
Maybe with all these settings you can find a way to make that work. I've also, I first started messing around with these types of photo modes for racing games, and I remember doing this in Need for Speed Underground 2. That was real fun. And like you mentioned, it extends to other games like Horizon Zero Dawn, where you can kind of just make your own photos and make them look realistic, and
having
it's real fun. It's a nice touch.
These extreme blur effects. So that's it for now. And we hope you enjoyed this brief showcase into the latest build of Gran Turismo Sport. For more gameplay previews, be sure to check us out on GameSpot.com and on YouTube. Mike, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.